I'm Kelli Russell. Welcome to Rapid Transformation Sessions. I'll be sharing tips and tools that help you navigate thoughts, emotions, relationships, and energy so you can enjoy being alive, as well as real unscripted sessions with people who want to experience a change in their lives. All sessions are shared with permission. Nothing here is performed or polished. Something happens in these sessions. Awareness deepens, perspectives shift, offering new possibilities, growth, expansion, and deep transformation, not just for the person in session, but for you. Let's begin. My new book is out if you want to get it, The Human Guidebook, How to Navigate Thoughts, Emotions, and Relationships so you can enjoy being alive. It's filled with tools where you can learn how to think clearly instead of spiraling, stay present with your emotions instead of avoiding them, release old wounds and outdated subconscious programming, quiet the critical voice so you can access your real self, trust your intuition and your choices, and create a life that feels grounded, honest, and true to who you are. You can get it now on Amazon. Today I have Jonny with me. Hi, Jonny.
Hi, Kelli. How's it going?
It's going good. So we were speaking a little bit before we hopped on live, and we were really fleshing out your goal. And it's an abundance goal. And I asked us to get a little bit more specific on it because sometimes I feel like the universe is like a waiter or a waitress with a pad of paper and a pen, like, wait, what do you want? And sometimes when we're like, well, I want to be abundant, and the message we might get back is like, well, you already are. So it's getting specific on what we want. So if you feel like sharing any of the backstory to why this is important to you now, feel free to share about what you do if you want to. And then we'll talk about the goal we'll be working on today.
Sure, great. And thanks again for having me, Kelli.
Absolutely.
As a coach and a healer myself, I am at a place in my business that launched full time over the last year. So sort of kind of fresh still, right? But I've seen that there's been tremendous growth. So every month since I set out and dedicated myself to this work, I feel that the momentum has been building. And I'm at a threshold right now where in order for me to continue doing this, I need to experience rapid growth in my finances, in my income, and I've seen the evidence of it happening. So I fully believe in my systems. I believe in what I do as a coach and a healer based
Mhm.
on the feedback I'm getting and the results I'm seeing with my clients. And so now I'm like, what is that one thing that's been holding me back from reaching that next level? Maybe it's a visibility thing because in order for me to reach more people, I have to be seen more. And so that's been a process. It's been a slow process for me, but I'm more and more comfortable with it for every month that goes by. There are some days when I kind of scare myself a little bit because I do believe in myself quite a bit. Yet I don't know where that's actually gonna take me. So there's a little bit of fear. So, the flip side of fearing success or visibility
Mhm.
is also maybe fearing the the exposure that could
Mm.
bring.
What is your biggest fear of being seen?
If you had asked me a year ago, it would be that I'm not good enough. But that's an old story, and I don't feel that story is true anymore. But I think there's a part of me, I believe there's a part of me that has been reluctant to the pressure that will come with that and the responsibility and trusting myself to handle that kind of attention.
What do you think could happen if you didn't handle that well?
So the knee-jerk reaction to that would be that I would just crumble and be a failure and that it wouldn't work out.
And you would crumble because everyone wants a piece of me and I have no more energy left to give, or why would you crumble?
Yeah, not being able to meet the demand or completely losing myself and my gifts and my abilities as a healer. And when I say it out loud, it sounds kind of ridiculous because, it's already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would your fear be like, well, I'm going to get stretched too thin and then I'm going to lose my ability because it's kind of like, if you're an author with writer's block and
Right.
stress will be too high and then I can't do well what I need to do.
Yeah, and the potential burnout.
Okay.
And I should also add that last year I got, sick with an autoimmune disease that came out of nowhere. And it took me out for a good 6, 7 months of the year where I had zero energy. The fatigue was real. I am cured of that as of now, which is amazing.
Hmm.
And so there has been a little bit of PTSD around that, possibly around what happens, what would happen or could happen if that comes back.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to have us do, um, I like to work in the beginning with acu-emotional resonance points. These are about 16 different acu-points that deal with emotions and thoughts. The one I've selected for us is called Spleen 4. The nickname is Prince's grandson. And it specifically deals with worry, overthinking, obsessive thoughts, lack, and scarcity. Um, what's fun about the nickname is they said it's like, who is more spoiled than a grandchild? And is there any grandchild richer than the prince's grandchild? This point brings a deep sense of spiritual calm and a feeling of trust that we're being taken care of by the universe. And though we have no video, it's just audio, I'm going to guide you and those that are listening to find it. So you're going to start with your left foot. It's a foot point. And if you're sitting like in a chair, you could cross your left ankle over your right knee, like a little baby figure four. And sometimes that's a big stretch in the outer hip. So hopefully there's an opportunity to sit like that. Okay, now look at the big toe and start to follow the line of the big toe towards the top of the foot. And then it's the first bony protrusion that's pretty much in line with like the bottom of the ball of the foot. So it's not quite on top of the center of the foot. So another way to find that would be to like follow the ball of the foot just to where it starts to go into the arch. And then from there, go up about an inch. And then if you go up higher on the top of that foot, it should feel like a bony nodule, a protrusion. It's like the first bony nodule on the top of the foot.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay. And then, Jonny, I can show you since we're on a video, but those listening at home will just have to use my words. So it's like right there. Can you see
Got it.
that?
Yeah.
All right. And now, do you think I described that well, or would you add anything? Because it's on the inside. It's we follow the ball of the foot, go up about half an inch, not quite to the top of that bony protrusion. It's on the inner foot.
Yeah, I
So
feel that.
how would you describe that?
Kind of like a quarter from the top of your foot and on the side.
Or maybe a third. I think it's more like a third.
Okay, yeah, more a third.
Yeah. So from the big toe, look at the entire length of your foot, go about a third down,
Yeah.
and then it's on the inner part of your foot. If you were to go up, there's a bony protrusion. If you were to go down, it's right before the ball of the foot starts. And so it's right in the middle of those 2 points on the inside of the foot. So as you're crossing your left ankle over the right knee, you can just look straight down on it. You're going to put your right thumb on that spot, and then you're going to make little tiny circles. And we're going to go clockwise. Little tiny circles up and around to the right and back down, up and around to the right and back down, medium pressure. So this is for grounding, calming, abundance, a feeling we're being taken care of by the universe. When we roll this direction, that is tonifying, and that is gathering the pieces. It brings cohesion to the emotional body. It's like stitching a torn fabric back together. It nurtures a sense of belonging, not just in the world, but in your own skin. It's reclaiming yourself as a safe home. We're going to roll it for about 30 more seconds. And now we're just going to hold steady, even pressure at that point.
Okay.
Medium pressure, pressing down and in. And then we'll switch to the opposite foot. So you're going to cross your right ankle over left knee, following the line of that big toe up the foot until you feel that top of the foot bony protrusion. From there, go down towards the ball of the foot, and you'll end up being about 1 thumb width above the arch of the foot on the inner side. 1 thumb width up on the arch of the inner side. And we're going to go same direction, little tiny circles up and around to the right and back down, up and around to the right and back down, up and around to the right and back down. This promotes grounding, calming, gratitude, a powerful reminder of our connection to Earth's abundance. Spleen 4 is one of the most emotionally profound points on the body, both because of its location on the Earth channel and its role as a master point, often called the sea of blood and the sea of emotion. It holds the key to emotional memory stored in the body, particularly in the abdomen, the space where we unconsciously digest the past, carry ancestral echoes, and store experiences we haven't fully processed. So spleen 4 helps anchor you in your own path. Now just hold steady, even pressure at that point. About a few more moments. Okay, you can release that. So next, let's close our eyes and set our intention that we put our highest selves, wisdom selves, super conscious in charge, and whatever is your highest power. Everything we do is for your best and highest overall good, to get the most enjoyment and the most fulfillment out of life. And we ask to create powerful, positive, noticeable changes that are assimilated with ease and grace. When we're coming together, we're opening up a metaphysical pocket of space, like a field of energy, our very own quantum field, where we can view your experiences and relationships from a more panned out perspective, a more cosmic and timeless lens, where you may see visuals or receive messages about the amazing life you're creating. In this space, there is a potential to see the unseen, to hear the unheard, to say the unsaid, to love the unlovable, to forgive the unforgivable, to let go of all the things that cause us pain or keep us blocked. We are suspended in the spaciousness that allows our higher wisdom to come in, and that offers new possibilities, growth, expansion, and deep transformation. And Jonny, if there's anything you would like to add on, whether silently or out loud, your own personal intention or prayer, you're welcome to say that now. And then once that feels complete, say, okay.
I'd like to add that I'm praying for increased capacity to hold as much abundance as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we're going to create a heightened state of consciousness through something I nicknamed a 4x10 liminal power breath. We will be using cross body positions, which stimulates the right and left hemisphere of the brain. The right being the emotional, creative, the left being the logical. And when we do cross body activities, it stimulates the communication between both sides, the corpus callosum. We call it like a balance or an activation, where if you were stuck in one side, it pulls on the other, and we're able to see a different possibility or move through something in a different way that we couldn't before. For this one, I'll have us do 4 cross body positions, 10 deep breaths in each of those. We're going to end on empty, expelling all the breath out, and then we'll attempt to hold our breath for about a minute, minute and a half. If at any time you go, oh my gosh, I need to take a breath, just go tiny little sip of air, but do your best to hold on empty. One of the benefits of this is you feel this external pressure, but I'm going to help you create space where you lift your chest and roll your shoulders back and you open up your belly and you create internal space, which is good for so many things we experience in life, especially just feeding into what you added on to our intention is like, I want expanded capacity. So
Hmm.
even though there's external stuff, it's like, no, I'm expanding inside of myself. So it's good to create this heightened state in your mind, but also to be able to hold that in your body. So we're going to begin with right ankle on top, right wrist over the left. So you can hold your arms out kind of like Frankenstein, right wrist over left, turn your thumbs down, interlace your fingertips, and then place your hands in between your thighs. Now, if that hurts the wrist at all or the fingers, you'll just place one wrist over the other, right over left on your lap. We're going to go 10 deep breaths through the mouth as if we have one of those big boba straws, those boba tea straws, sucking air in, expelling air out, using the belly like a pump. So the diaphragm is really active. It's a vigorous breath. Now, I noticed in listening to an audio on a previous recording, I have noise canceling headphones, and so it makes it so you can't really hear the breath, but it is a loud breath. It's an expulsion of air and a deep sucking in of air. So you might not be able to hear me, but it's really loud. And then I'll let you know when we're at the 5 count, when we're at the 10 count, so you can get a sense for the rhythm. I'll do each and
Okay.
every step along with you, so there's no worries. And those that are listening at home, do it with us now. Then, unless you're driving a car, of course. Okay. So let's begin the mouth like an O shape. Big deep breath in, and let's go. That's 10. I forgot to tell you the 5. So lick your lips, swallow. Now we're going to uncross and recross the arms, left on top this time. 10 more breaths. Let's go. That's 5. That's 10. Lick your lips, swallow. Switch the crossing of the legs only. 10 more breaths. Let's begin. One more deep breath in. Exhale the breath out. Lick your lips, swallow. Now switch the crossing of the arms. We have 10 more breaths. You might be getting a little bit lightheaded. That is normal.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just do the best you can. Let's go. Use the belly like a pump. Okay, last one. Deep breath in. Exhale all of the breath out. Hold on empty. So you're going to bring your awareness to your chest, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. You may notice some tingly sensations around your face, around your lips. Remind your brain you are hyper oxygenated. Lock your throat, but relax the muscles around that a little bit. Then bring your awareness to your internal organs and your belly. See if you can make a little more space. It's like being the eye of the hurricane. Bring your awareness down to your feet. Keep this body posture, but wiggle your toes. Relax your lower legs. Relax your thighs a little bit. Keeping this upright posture, relax your buttocks a little bit. Drape your shoulders away from your ears, relaxing your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms. Keeping your fingers interlaced, relax your hands a little bit. We're getting close, relaxing your jaw and your mouth, your cheeks, space between your eyebrows, your forehead, every hair on your head, your ears. In about 10 seconds, we're going to take a huge breath in, and we're going to hold that and squeeze our body. Make an O shape with your mouth. Great big inhale right now. Suck oxygen in. Hold. Now push the oxygen towards your brain. Flex your ankles. Pull your toes towards your shin bones. Hold that inhale in. Squeeze your strong core. Squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze your thighs. Pull your hands against one another. Scrunch up your face like you're tasting this super sour lemon. Pull your shoulders down into that strong core. Squeeze your hair, squeeze your ears. Again, squeeze the butt and the thighs. Squeeze everything in your body as tight as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften that energy. Now uncross your body, put your hands on your lap. If anybody, including us, wants to take a little sip of water, you're welcome to do that now. And then you're going to close your eyes. Put your hands on your thighs. With your eyelids closed, look up 20 degrees. That is eyebrow height. It's like 1 inch high. That helps you get into an alpha brain state. That is the bridge between your subconscious and your conscious. That helps with visualization, intuition, meditation, relaxation. It's where we go when we're daydreaming. I'm going to have you continue to do that for about 30 more seconds. Okay, now allow your eyes to relax into their sockets. Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to offer a question. This is called higher self inner inquiry. So we're asking that highest part of you. We're not asking a stressed or scarce part. It is the part that already knows the answer. When I ask this question, I'll have you sit here for 4 more minutes and go into a receiving mode, knowing that information can come in different ways. It could be seeing words across the screen, hearing words in your head, seeing the symbol, like a black crow and the color blue, and we'll figure that out later. It may be song lyrics. It may be an inner knowing. So just know that it's all different types of info. And sometimes at this time, nothing comes in, but maybe later in the next week or two, you're doing some mundane task and something pops in. So there's no pressure whatsoever. I'm also going to have you there the whole 4 minutes. Even if you get something early on, sometimes multiple bits of information come in, and often right before the time is up. So I'll have you there for the whole time, and then I'll tell you when that time is over. So here's the question. What is that one thing that's holding me back from the next level? What is that one thing that is holding me back from that next level? And what is there for me to see or hear or know or understand about that? I'll let you know when it's been 4 minutes. Okay, open your eyes. Oh, did anything happen to pop in?
Yes. Um, it was interesting. So what came up for me was when you asked that question, what's holding me back or what has been holding me back? I could immediately feel my heart start to beat really fast. And then I got this visual that I was invited to be on this high profile podcast with um, hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers. And what stood out to me is that who this lady was interviewing me was someone well known. And I don't know why this image is coming to my mind, but again, and and then I felt secure in what I know about what I offer. And it's easy for me to have a conversation with this individual because this is what I do one-to-one with my clients, people I talk to. I feel secure in what I offer. The only difference is that in the past, if that had happened, let's say a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have felt so responsible for every single one of those people listening to what I said in a codependent way, making sure, was it good for you? Like always wanting to check in with people to see how that resonated. And there's no capacity to do that with a big audience. So the difference for me in this setting and this visual was that I was just a conduit of energy, that I was just having a conversation one to one with a person, and just all these listeners, hundreds of thousands of listeners, were literally just listening to the conversation. And I had no attachment to how it was received. So I let the energy just flow, but I also sensed my own excitement and the adrenaline that comes with that and that exposure. It felt thrilling, it felt exciting, and I can also see that a year ago I wouldn't have been ready for that.
All
So where I'm
right.
at to that right now in this moment, I feel like I can handle that. So I'm
Very
literally just a
cool.
conduit of energy just coming through, and I'll always be responsible for how I make things land, how I present something, but I'm releasing all attachment to outcome. And so it didn't feel as scary.
Amazing. Yeah, we were kind of asking what was the block, and your system was like, you have expanded capacity that can handle this. And instead of
Yeah.
being nervous or scared, it's exciting and thrilling. And underlying that message is all you need to do is be authentic and do what you already know to be true, and then
Yeah.
release control of the rest of how that's perceived by others.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
up to them.
I love that expression I've heard years ago. Achieve confidence through being vulnerable and authentic. And, then you can just have permission to be yourself.
I love that. I have my friend turned me onto this framework and I absolutely love it. It's like a Mercedes sign, and it's a circle that's divided into three parts, and you're at the center.
Mm,
And when you make peace with this, it just helps you feel comfortable about the whole thing. But it's like imagining the 33% adore you. They're like, oh my gosh, Jonny is the best. He's amazing. He's incredible. He's always invited. He needs to be here. He's just beyond words how much I love Jonny. And then there may be 33% where you're in the meh category, meaning, it's okay. Like, it's okay if he comes, it's okay if he doesn't come. I don't really care. He's all right. And then there may be 33% that are in the not my cup of tea, I do not like category. And a lot of us people, we spend so much effort and time trying to people please that whole gamut
hmm
of 100% of the people. We end up blurring parts of ourselves, dulling down parts of ourselves, becoming milk toast
Yeah.
because we want so many to like us, but we lose something that's special about us. So my proposition is to be fully, authentically expressed, where we look within and we go, do I like the person I'm being? And if not, those are traits we can work on. If we're not a good communicator, we can work on learning communication skills. If we're quick to anger, we can learn on different healthy ways to manage intense emotion. If we're embarrassed or get social anxiety, we can learn how to confidently connect with other individuals, right? We can learn things. But when we go, well, I'm always learning and evolving and growing, but I like myself, who I'm being in the world, then you're just being that person. And there may be more people that can actually find you and adore you there because you're truly being yourself. They're, oh my gosh, I
Right.
love Jonny. And there might be some in the meh category that actually go, not my cup of tea. I do not like that. And that's fine. It's like we don't need to waste one another's time. We are not for everyone. We're not meant to be. So, and when I think back to being a little kid in elementary school, I think about the students and I'm like, there's some kids that I really like that I thought were so nice. And I was like, oh, I would like to be their friend. And there were other kids that I was like, I do not wish to be their friend at all. I don't want to have to play with that kid. I get a weird feeling or whatever. And it's
Hmm.
all okay.
It's okay. I was having a conversation with my son today. He's 16 in high
Oh,
school. And,
yeah.
in high school, you're always surrounded by so many people at all times. And
Yes.
there's no way you can like everybody. And that's okay.
Yes. And
Like,
then we're just,
yeah,
yeah, and then we're just like, do I like who I'm being in the world? If not, I can work on it. And then, like you said, it's just like now I'm not caretaking everybody else's opinion of me. I'm just being who I
right,
am, and some people will like it and some people won't. And as you step into being a more public figure, if you say things that are polarizing, that may push you into a category, but that could be all right. And even let's say you go into social media with your posts, some people may start having conversations about what you said and I agree, I disagree, I don't think so, I do, blah, blah, blah. But actually that gets that shown to more people. So it's if there's like people that are agreeing or disagreeing inside the comments, it's actually like a good thing because it's meant to be like social, have discourse. And we're not meant to be so like milk toast to where it like dulls things down. So if you want to say
right.
something that you believe in, it's just like put it out there, if it
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
authentic to you. So let's go back to the statement that we were working with. And I asked you to come up with a goal statement, and we were massaging it a little bit. And we decided on a specific number because sometimes I think we need specificity. If we're just saying abundance, universe might already be like, you are abundant. So we decided to go with 1 million per year. So with people listening, for some, it will feel very far away. For others, you might already be there, and then you might need to up your goal to like 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. But we're just going to work with 1 million today. And let's see if this still resonates or if we need to tweak it a little bit. So
Mhm.
the goal statement we're working with is I'm happy, fulfilled, and grateful, impacting countless lives through my healing services and programs, earning over 1 million per year. Let me read to you what in that inner inquiry what came through because maybe we need to add or subtract something. Um,
Mhm.
so I am a conduit for energy. I have capacity. Um, I let it flow with excitement. The exposure is exciting and thrilling. So, do we want to add any of those, or do you think it was good the way we had it?
There's something with the capacity I feel like is significant
Okay.
because it's almost like my reach or who I'm impacting is a direct reflection of my frequency and energy. And so I feel that the more aligned I am with myself, it will attract more clients to work with
Mhm.
from an authentic place, which will in turn bring more revenue. And the goal is not the revenue or the money, but it's about impacting people
Right.
and then allowing money to be that tool to put me in that position to be of service.
Hmm.
And I'm okay with receiving abundance of dollars.
Yeah. It allows freedom,
Yeah,
travel. Should you choose to give back, you'll have money in which to give back if you wish.
exactly.
Uh, Okay, so let's play with that. So I'm happy, fulfilled, and grateful, impacting countless lives through my healing services and programs, earning over 1 million per year. So I have as much capacity as I need. I have expanded capacity, which allows me to impact countless lives through my services, earning 1 million a year. Ideally, it would be short enough you could say with your eyes closed. So we want it as short and sweet as possible, but powerful.
I'm happy, fulfilled, and grateful, impacting countless lives through my healing programs and services, earning over $1 million per year as a result of my increased capacity.
It's too long. I'm so happy and grateful I have the capacity to impact countless lives.
There we go.
Something like that. I'm so happy and grateful I have the capacity to impact countless lives. And we can just say earning over 1 million per year, because your offerings may grow, evolve with you. They may change over time. Who knows? You could start doing in-person events where it changes from session to demonstration, or
Yeah.
an event type of thing. So I wonder if we just say, I'm happy and I am so happy and grateful I have the capacity to impact countless lives, earning over 1 million per year. Or we could say through maybe we want to add a healing in there, or impact them in what way? Impact, positively impact countless lives, or
Yeah, for people to find, their ideal version of themselves.
so I'm so happy and grateful I have the capacity to positively impact countless lives, earning over 1 million per year.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. All right. So we're going to create some mind movies where you can see yourself doing this hyper specifically. And I'm going to have you close your eyes and imagine that you're in a white space with no floor, ceiling, or walls. Again, in the beginning, look up about 1 inch, look up 20 degrees toward the eyebrow height to help you get into that brain state that helps with visualization. And in this white space, anything is possible. We could go into the future, even 5 or 10 years, where your life is totally different than the way it looks now. Or we can play with present time. Sky's the limit, but go big. Why not? If we can get our nervous system and our capacity to feel comfortable with going huge, then it's like, oh, everything else is easy.
Hmm.
So allow your eyes to fall naturally into their sockets, relaxing your eyes, keeping the eyes closed. So you're going to describe to me out loud a scene. It's kind of like a 30-second video, almost like an Instagram video, where you can see yourself being this, and describe it to me out loud. And like, who are you with? What are you doing? What's the circumstance? You might be alone somewhere. Where are you at in the world? Are you indoors or outdoors? What time of day? Like, set the stage and then describe it to me out loud.
Okay. Right now.
Yep.
So what comes to mind, I'm not judging it, I'm just letting it come through. I'm sitting in a room and I have a few safe people around me to support me. And it's as if I'm sitting in this quiet room, and outside of this room, there is a huge line of people wanting to um, see me or talk to me. And I can hear the noise from behind the doors, the windows. It's almost like a store before the opening hours, and you have something very special to offer. And then I'm paying attention to how I'm feeling, and I feel ready, I feel excited, and I feel like it feels just right.
We'll get into the way it sounds and feels in a little bit. For this
Okay.
one, just a visual. And when
Okay.
we are having a feeling, you can see it on somebody. Like, so it might be like, as I see myself there, my eyes look bright, like my eyes look anticipatory. I might be like smiling a little bit, like I might be rocking my body a little bit because I'm amping, So, like, how do you see it? If you look at that excitement visually, how are you seeing it show up?
I can see my mouth trembling a little bit. Partly excited, partly terrified.
Now,
Um,
in this vision, you have the capacity.
yes.
You're happy and grateful. You're already at capacity. This is already like the new norm for you. You're stepping into the lifeline in which this is already the deal. So I doubt that lip would be quivering in anything but excitement. It would just be like, yes, let's go, right?
Yeah. I'm dressed nicely. I look like I'm ready for the occasion. I look like I'm prepared for the occasion.
Okay, now we'll let that image fade into a million particles of golden glitter. And then we'll go back to that white liminal space. Just keep your eyes closed. And we're going to invite in the second visual. So this has already happened. I'm happy and grateful. I have the capacity to positively impact countless lives, earning over 1 million per year. What do you see in your life that lets you know you've achieved that goal?
So similar to the same event that I saw first time, but it's after the event. And I am lounging in a very comfortable chair. And I look like I have the buttons on my shirt open a little bit at the top. I feel like my sleeves are rolled up, and I have this sigh of relief on my face, but also a very content smile where I look like I did something really good, and I feel good about myself.
Is anyone with you in that room?
Yeah, there's some about two other people, three other people, and it's quiet. And yeah, we're all kind of blown away from what just happened, but in a very good way.
Yeah.
A little sweaty. Yeah, looks like I've been through something, but in a good way.
Okay. Now we'll let that image fade into a million particles of golden glitter. We'll go back to that white liminal space of all possibility. And we'll do one more. I'm so happy and grateful. I have the capacity to positively impact countless lives, earning over 1 million per year. What do you see?
I am with my son, and I am realizing that I do this. That he's a big reason why I'm putting myself in this position, and that my motivation is much deeper than just impacting people, but also impacting him in a positive way. And I feel like, well, I see that we're face to face and we're having just like, we're just looking at each other eye to eye. We're not even saying anything, but it's like we see each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can you sense the environment? Are you outside or inside? Are you on a vacation together? Are you in a house? Where are you?
Oh, we're in, to me, what looks like a hallway. Yeah.
What are the looks on one another's faces?
It's a very serious look, but it's one of, it's like he sees me for who I am. He understands. It's like a look of I see you, Papa. And I look at him and I have this look where I am expressing that I'm doing this for you. And so there's this mutual understanding of what just happened.
Let that image fade into a million particles of golden glitter. And for the next part, your eyes can be open or closed. So when we create these changes, they're inside of ourselves, but when we internally shift, others may notice a change. So what would you, if you were like a fly on a wall, what would you overhear people saying about you when you're impacting lives in this way? And you're at that capacity. You've stepped into that role and you're happy and grateful. What would people say about Jonny?
What I'm hearing is that they're saying, I'm happy I found you.
Mhm.
I'm happy you showed me how I could be true and authentic self. And through watching me, that they're finding that inner peace within themselves. And that there's a lot of laughter. They say I'm funny, kind, amazing, brilliant, and it's like we're equals. It's like they are finding the best versions of themselves through what I demonstrated I could be to myself.
What would you be saying to yourself in your own mind when this is happening? It's already there.
That I'm grateful I follow my heart and that I follow my passion, and it all makes sense now. That's what immediately comes to mind. Uh, yeah, I can hear myself saying I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would that all feel described in one word?
One word only. Amazing.
Have you ever felt that way before?
I've had glimpses of it.
Okay, close your eyes and keep your eyes closed for this next round of questions. So you're going to draw that feeling of amazing into your body, into your physiology right here, right now. And if you've had glimpses of it, I mean, you may need to amp it up a little bit. Like, what would this amazing feel like? And then once you're feeling it, tell me where in your body you feel that the most and what does it feel like?
So I feel it in my stomach, and it's as if I can feel my solar plexus just expanding, and there's this embedded certainty within my being that there's no fear, there's no limitations, there's no lack. It's just I full connection to the universe and the truth that's for everybody. It's like we're all part of this wonderful energy and vibration, and it's like that natural soul state that we're all part of. And it just feels like I'm embedding that on a human level.
Now, this feeling that you just described, it has its own characteristics. And rather than overthinking it, it's usually the first thing that pops in. That feeling of amazing, what color is it?
Yellow.
What shape is it?
It's round, like a ball.
What temperature is it?
Hot to the touch.
And what about a texture? What does it feel
Fairly
like to touch?
smooth, but a little bit of friction. You know, it's like those giant balls at the gym that has like silicone balls or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the kind that feel a little bit sandy inside, like almost like a Bosu ball, or like that you want to
Um,
smash down on the ground? Is it that one?
no, it's one of those like giant ones that you do sit-ups on.
Oh, okay. Like a
But
Pilates ball almost.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Massive.
What smell would you associate with this feeling?
The immediate smell that comes to mind is like a meadow of flowers, but not overwhelming, just like just right.
Yeah. What about a taste? What taste would you be reminded of?
Mango, mango sorbet.
Nice. What about a sound? What sound is this amazing?
So I'm hearing like this ohm sound, this universal sound that is not overwhelming. It's just the right pitch. Yeah, it's pleasant to listen to.
Mhm. Okay, go back to that feeling in your stomach. Your solar plexus expanded, that embedded certainty, a full connection to the universe and the truth that is for everybody. The energy that we are all part of, that vibration in that natural soul state that we are all a part of. And permeate that through your entire body. And then when you are ready, you can open your eye. Okay, so we're going to play with some if then. I took only one class that was offered through Yale over COVID, and it was the science of well-being. And this was like one of the big learning things. So it was like when you know the strategy of what you're going to do, you're 3 times more likely to meet a goal because you're like, if this happens, then I'll do this. If this happens, then I'll do this. And if it comes up, you're like, nah, I already know what I'm going to do. And then you tend to be much more apt to do what you want to do. So the first part is about receiving money.
Mhm.
Instead of being embarrassed or weird about it, how do you want to be about receiving money?
Grateful and neutral.
So what does that mean? Does that mean you send out thank you notes to people that attend your events or purchase your programs or work with you? Or do you express that verbally? Or is it just a feeling that you have a little meditation about the gratitude?
Yeah, it's mostly feeling that obviously I don't take it for granted. It's about finding appreciation, but also from a place of non-attachment to it.
Yeah.
So the way I'd like to receive money is like through an offering that people are happy to give it, to send that energy towards me. But it doesn't even feel like it's to me, it's about them um, having the intention of doing something that's good for them by investing in whatever it is that I have to offer. So it's almost like the money doesn't belong to anyone. It's just
Mm.
an energy that's just being given from one source to another.
I I like to look at giving and receiving like an infinity sign in front of your chest in that figure 8. So it's like I
Yeah.
receive, I give, I give, I
Yeah.
receive, I give, I receive, I give, I receive. And anytime we cut that flow off, if it's only like I receive, I receive, I receive, that's an imbalance. And if it's I give, I give, I give, I give, that's an imbalance. So it's keeping that channel
Yeah.
open. That's the
Yeah.
exchange. I give, I receive, I give, I receive. The flow. The flow is flowing.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you begin feeling too much pressure and responsibility, what are you going to do?
Delegate. Make sure I have a team in place.
Okay. Or hire, right? I hire a team, I delegate.
Yeah. And it's about, if I for whatever reason need to step aside, that there's a system in place so I can do that. There's a safety net that I can go offline for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, and things will still be working.
Would that look like training others in your method so that they could step in and work with an alternative practitioner, facilitator? Or would it,
Um,
how would those people be served if you weren't there?
yeah, online programs,
Mhm.
having that in place, making sure that there's always something available to anyone who might come to my website or hear my name, that they're being directed in some direction for help. that there's always a resource or net that can catch them.
Okay. And what if you find yourself feeling like you're crumbling or failing? So if you experience a dip or you experience a challenge or something kind of rocks your world, what are you going to do?
Well, first and foremost, allow myself to go offline to figure out, what is it that I'm feeling, but then be open and honest about it to my closest team members, family, ask for guidance and advice, and yeah, ask for help, and not let it, yeah, I don't want to, what's the word? Paralyze myself in any way. Just to let it be like, okay, we're figuring this out with ease, and it might take time, but the wheels are in motion.
What if you cannot meet the demand because it grows so much that you can't keep up with it?
I mean, initial thought is that I'm totally okay with that. Because if I'm at my capacity, I mean, I must have done really well for myself. And that it's okay to be honest about that. And I'm not going to pretend that I can hold people I can't hold. And that I would offer them another suggestion of where to direct their energy. So, like a fellow coach, someone else I know who I work with and trust.
Mhm. And if it's like like you can't even answer the emails enough, then it's again, it's like hiring somebody that can be your assistant and answer emails for you, or
Yeah.
if there
Having a good
needs.
system in place for communication. Yeah.
Mhm,
Automated responses, things like that.
mhm. Yeah, you could start having teams of people that can help with customer
Mhm.
service or, sales and marketing or event planning and questions about events, if you were going
Yeah.
that route at all.
Yeah.
If your abilities go silent for a little bit, like a writer's block, like what would you do?
I would, and I have experienced that already, and I take it as a well-deserved ability or way to take some time off because I believe everything has a season. You can't always produce, produce, produce. You have to allow some time to rest, to replant some seeds, be patient with the process, and I just accept that that's a natural part of doing the way of doing business. It's not so much about the business part of it. It's more because the business can always be operational 24/7, but allow myself the creative part to ebb and flow naturally. And not because I can't force things. That's when I operating from a place of lack and scarcity, and I don't need to subscribe to that.
When you've noticed that happening, what are some things that help you like reconnect to yourself, to come back online, to be like, if I connect to the true essence of who I am,
Mhm.
um, what are some tools that you know that help you recover that?
Um, Find a great show to watch on TV. Travel, be social, completely disconnect from anything that has to do with work and creating things, and yeah, just be okay with that. I don't have a problem with relaxing. It becomes very natural to me.
Okay. If you burn out or you have a flare up with an autoimmune disease or something, and let's say the potential, like it's like another 6, 7 month ordeal, what could you do? How are you going to handle that?
Well, I will already start planning to make sure I have a financial reserve to allow time like that to be off. But also, like that's just me personally having to take time off if that were to happen. But then have evergreen programs available for people to always be, that's always being offered. And so there will be a team in place. So there will be money being generated 24/7, and that there's a team to support and handle that. And all I have to do is just pick up the phone and just give directions and clarity.
We covered a lot there, and I've just picked those up based on what you said in the beginning. But anything else you can think of that could be a potential, downside, and then how you would handle that? Or do you think we covered it?
Just, if my son needs me for anything, I want to make
Yeah.
sure that I can prioritize that and be available for that. So similarly to if I were to go down for the count, like there's a system in place for me to be able to step aside for a bit.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too. Like when you had that vision of seeing him in the hallway and you had the eye to eye and it was kind of serious and you're like, I'm doing this for you.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes I see people overworking. They're in their career, they're doing their job, and they're wanting to provide a lifestyle or things or vacations for their child, but what the kid wants is your presence. So I could
Mhm.
see like the downside of your vision could be like, Dad, all I wanted was you. Like, I
Yeah.
don't need the money, I don't need whatever, this great house you got us or whatever. I just want to be with you and go toss a ball around or go for a walk or go out for a smoothie or you know what I mean? Like, so I think that's something to ask him, do
Mm.
intermittently, especially if you start getting busier, like, how can I show up for you? How can I be there for you? Is there anything special you would like to do? I want to make sure that you are my number one priority. And although I'm expending a lot of effort to build this amazing thing, I want to make sure that we don't lose this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm giving you the type of dad that you want to have, you know?
Yeah, he's 16 and so, he's finding his independence more and
Yeah.
more. And so I'm okay with where we've been up until this point. I've
Mhm.
been able to give him a lot of presents and I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah.
And I'm also grateful that this thing that I'm building hasn't been that overwhelming yet to this point. Like yeah, all in divine timing, I believe that. But it's not so much that I'm just doing it for him per se. It's also demonstrating to him what could your life look like if you follow
Mhm.
your passion and you trust yourself and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's where that visual was coming from more so. Like, look, let's be real. This could happen if you just say yes to yourself.
Yes. And then intermittently ask him,
Mm,
ask him, is there anything you would like to do with me? Uh,
yeah,
do you feel like you're getting enough support from me? Is there
yeah,
anything you would like us to be better about in the way that we relate to each other? Because sometimes we're
yeah,
supposing all these things on our side of the street, and then we forget to ask the other person. And what he says may surprise you or not, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, just little check-ins here and there.
No,
So
absolutely.
let's create an action step or two. So based on what we did today, now this is about taking charge of your own life, and we can make changes in the understanding, the awareness, the subconscious, the energy, the hemispheres of the brain, the releasing stress in the tissues, things like that. But then it comes to like actually taking action in your life. So what is it that you could start doing right away for your bigger life goal?
Yeah, so I'm good at starting things, and I have this philosophy in life. I'll give myself a B minus. I don't need perfection, but as long as I can do something and give myself a B minus and move forward with things, I am good. And so, just one example that I'm working on right now. I have a landing page with a free opt-in, and it hasn't converted yet because I just kind of hastily put it together just to get it done and check, right? So I need to go back, revisit that, pay more attention to the details, and actually look at it from a place of like, do people actually want this? And start to, so my action step for this weekend is to redo that landing page. So that's just one example. So go back and refine the message.
Yeah.
Even on my website, like just go back and is this my tone? Is this my vibe? And be more authentic with everything that I put out there
Yeah.
to make sure that the message is, that I'm giving it from that place where I believe in it.
Yeah. And you could go to social media channels and ask a question and just say, hey, are you interested in this?
Mm,
Or if you have a few ideas, I know you already have it created, but you could also, maybe you have a couple of ideas about the lead generation where you're just like, what would you be the most interested in?
yeah.
This, or this? And then you're
Yeah.
collecting data and then create something that they say, yes, I want that. And then just because you have it on a website, like how are you telling people that it's there on the website? So through newsletter, through social media posts, through a networking event or whatever, where you're like, hey, would you want to do the thing that's on my website? Because if it's just sitting there, it's just like having an open house, but then nobody knows about your open house,
Right.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the exposure part of it,
Hmm.
network with more people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And as AI becomes more prevalent, that authenticity, the humanness will stand out much more.
Hmm.
Just using your own voice, and even when you have a hiccup in your words or you stumble across something, like that's going to be more valuable because it's like,
Right.
oh, it's a real person. Oh, thank God,
Yeah.
If it's not written in a specific way. It'll be like, oh my gosh, this sounds like a real human being. This is great.
Yeah. No, it comes down to connection, like
Yeah.
authentic connection with people.
Yes. Anything else for action step?
Like I have all, a great systems in place. There's a solid foundation, and it's just about scaling it. It's about expanding it all.
What's one step you could take to expand it?
Be more bold in asking for a platform or to be featured on a platform. Yeah.
In person or online?
Uh, Online to begin with.
Do you have
Yeah.
anybody you could reach out to that you would put in a category of somebody who's kind of paved the way for you, but you have connection to, that you could reach out and ask for an opportunity and say, hey, I'm really interested in growing my capacity. If you have any events that I could be a part of, I raise my hand to that. If there's anything that you could point me to that I could be a part of, is there anybody like that that comes to the top of mind when I ask that?
Yeah, there's a handful of people. Yeah.
Would you be willing to send them a voice memo or an email uh, next week?
Yeah, I can do both. I
Okay.
like voice notes. I'm a total voice noter guy. I like that.
It might be cool if you already plan ahead, like what type of thing would you like the opportunity for? So you've
Yeah.
already, where you would like to step into it. And then you could lay it out on an email and send it to them and then send a voice memo and say, hey, I just sent you an
Mm.
email. I'm expanding my capacity. I have some great ideas. If you're interested in any of those ideas, or can think of somebody else that might be a good fit for this, please let me know. Super excited.
Yeah,
So
I
that
like
could
them.
be like the dual where you've kind of laid it out in some options of ways that you can step in, and then the warmth of your voice saying, I just sent you an email, check it out.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. I will do that.
All right. So what I recommend for you tonight, do you have a bathtub?
I have a jacuzzi
Mm,
in the backyard.
dang it. Doesn't really work. Okay. What I usually recommend is like an Epsom salt bath with 2 cups of
Mhm.
Epsom just to, before you go to bed tonight after this work. Um, One thing you could do is put like half a cup of Epsom salt into like a big bowl and put your feet in it and do a foot bath.
Okay.
Um, Another thing you could do is like a salt scrub and
Okay.
scrub your body like in circular motions from the heart outward. And as a symbol of letting go of anything that's held you back before, any limitations, anywhere you felt afraid, or those things that you've outgrown that you're ready to release. You just imagine like scrubbing the dead skin off. And then when you shower, it's like releasing and cleansing it all. If you could do that tonight, it would be great.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Thank you
I'll
so
pick up a
much for
salt scrub.
being on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you for all you do. You've helped me so much the last month or so, and yeah, very, very thankful for your abilities.
Awesome. Stay on with me for a moment and bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Bye, everyone.